And then I'm going to grab the YouTube comments. Hey, Barbara. Florida's watching. Hello, everybody. All right, let's see. And we have fall weather officially here this week, which we are kind of glad. I don't know, kind of sad too. Hate to see summer go. Our summer wasn't as bad as it has been in the past. So I'm kind of, you know, sad to see it go, honestly. So let me show you what we're going to be making. If you are new, I just want to welcome you. I am Julie Samako, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. We do a variety of wreaths. A lot of times we're doing silk flowers, or sometimes we're doing grapevine, sometimes we're doing Decomesh like we're doing today, and then we also do arrangements in all the bows and stuff. All right, so that's what we're going to be working on today is a Decomesh wreath, and I want to put the camera down on my table so that you can see. First of all, we have our hot glue that's melting in our electric fry pan. So this is an electric skillet that you fry food in. We're putting the hot glue in there, and we've got our tools over here. And then let me show you what is in the Trendy Tree kit that I purchased. All right, so we've got the Decomesh, which is the 21-inch. I took the paper off, so I'm not exactly sure what kind it is. To me, that's all the same. The way I use it anyway, it's all the same. But I love that this is a very neutral palette. And then we've got our burlap colored work wreath form. And if you've never used a work wreath form, it is a wreath frame, approximately 15 inches wide. And it has these little twist ties on them, these little needle ties. So we've got an inner ring and an outer ring of our twist ties. And when you do the inner ring and the outer ring and you look at it from the side, you can see that the wreath is actually elevated. So it's got about 2 inches of height on it. And when you purchase an elevated work wreath form, it makes a deeper wreath. Okay, so that's why I like these work wreath forms. They come in a lot of colors. Snatch them up while you can because they sometimes go fast, especially with the product that's limited, you know, with what everybody gets. Then we have this beautiful Hey There pumpkin sign. It's a metal sign, so that is in the kit. This came in the kit. A little pumpkin spray with some little pumpkins on the end. Isn't that fun? All right, and then a bush that I have already fluffed, because I'm sure you guys do not want to watch me fluff a bush. But here is a bush that I've already sort of divided out. So this came in the kit, and then 2 rolls of ribbon, a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. All right, let me see. These are the ribbons that came in the kit. So all of this was in the kit, and I purchased it, and I'm going to add a little more things to it that I have in my own stash. But to get started, we're going to work with what they have in their kit. And I've posted the link, and I pinned it to the top of the comments for anyone who wants to go check it out. I don't get a commission or anything. I'm just sharing for Trendy Tree because they're an amazing company, and they support my business. I like to support them. All right, so this is, I've already taken the time and I've cut my ribbon 14-inch streamers is what I've cut these in, and I've dovetailed them. I'm just going to put them to the side, but you can see that those are already pre-cut. And let's get our workspace cleared off. So how many of you have been making Decomesh wreaths? Southeast Missouri, hello. I love your tutorials. Oh, thank you. Delaware's in the house, ready for cooler weather. I hear ya. I hear ya. Okay. Ohio, welcome. You're absolutely welcome, Tina. All right, so what we've done is just gone through and we have just separated or fluffed our little wreath up. And the comments don't stay up very long nowadays, do they? Something's changing all the time. All right, this is Decomesh. It's 21 inch. Decomesh comes in many different shapes and sizes, and we're going to be working with this 10 and a half inch mesh. Did I say 21? This is not 21. This is 10 and a half inch. I'm not sure why. I think I've been talking to my Wreath Making of the Month Club members about 21 inch mesh in the past couple of days, and I think that's why I said it. All right, so what we're going to do is we just get it started on one needle tie. I'm doing the one in the center. So we're doing the one in the center ring. There's two rings, a center ring and an outer ring, and I'm going to go around and just start measuring out 10 inches, 10-inch loops. And then we're going to attach it to the next set of twist ties. All right, so 10-inch loops, and we're just gonna attach it to the next set of twist ties. I do curl the sides under to help just to hide that little, edge. And then we're gonna go through and just poof this out. So I got my porch decorated for fall. I've got all my fall mums out, and we have to water every day, our mums, because it's still so hot. And we're hoping that we can keep them alive. Welcome, Mobile, Alabama, Tennessee representing. If you need to contact me, Elizabeth, privately, you can email me. There's also go to our website, southerncharmwreaths.com, and click Contact Us. southerncharmwreaths.com, contact us, or email info@southerncharmwreaths.com. Delaware, oh nice. All right, so just making our way around the wreath with this really pretty mesh. I actually love the neutral colors for all year round. So as you see, when we create this base, you could easily use this for spring and summer or Easter. It really is a neutral palette, and I mean, you can make it a winter or a Christmas wreath out of it too. And it's just, I like the neutral colors. Very versatile, don't you think? Thanks, Cecilia. Your house is trash making wreaths. Sorry, I was a bad influence. All right, we've got all the way around the inner ring, right? So now what I want to do is just carry it on to the outer ring. So I'm just going to start there. I'm glad you're making this today. Got a leopard sign and ribbon from Trendy Tree. Oh, fun. That is a really popular look these days, isn't it? I'm just twisting these a couple of times, and just enough to hold the mesh into place. If you've not worked with Decomesh, it can sometimes get tricky. You just have to keep practicing. Don't get frustrated. But it holds up really well in the elements. Again, I got all of these supplies from the kit that I purchased from Trendy Tree. So if you're still looking for that fall wreath on your door, this is a good alternative or a good option for you. I like that it's fall related. It's not necessarily Halloween. I know a lot of people don't do the Halloween thing. I've got glue all over me. I've already made a couple of fall wreaths, restocked the Etsy shop. So I was making that today. Did a couple of bows. Also did a bow tutorial on my Instagram account. If y'all are following me on Instagram, I uploaded a new bow tutorial there. Just work your way around the wreath. And again, this is just the standard traditional poof method. This is the method that I had learned to make wreaths with. And to me, it's always the easiest and fastest. There's so many different ways of making mesh wreaths right now. I mean, people I think get hung up on all the different varieties of what you can do. I just say pick one that you like, that's quick and easy. If it takes too much time, we all know that we tend to not get it done, right? Because we don't have a lot of time in our day. And if it's too much time cutting pieces and stuff, this is an option for you if you just don't have that time. Wow, Arizona, that's a hot, 126 degrees. Hello, Ann Rogers. Hi, Carolyn. Yeah, I'm putting my hand up inside the poof and I'm just sort of spreading it out a little bit. It's starting to get a little twisted on me. All right, we've gone all the way around the outer ring. So I just untwist that last twist tie, holding the first loop in, lay it in, and then secure. Let's see, make sure we're not getting too twisted. I think we're good. All right, so this is what your wreath looks like. We've gone around the inner ring once, and we've gone around the outer ring once, okay? And now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna add a third layer because it's a little, we're using the 10.5-inch mesh, so we can see a little bit through our poofs, all right? And I'm just gonna use this again to fill in between these two. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you can also use another 10.5-inch mesh and create some ruffles. It's completely up to you. If you're watching on Facebook, and do the comments go away from you now? They kind of sort of fade away. That's kind of hard for me to see past comments without touching my phone. Yeah, a scarecrow attachment would be pretty. This is another one I got from Trendy Tree. Isn't that cute? Speaking of scarecrows. Who's already finished with fall and they're ready to move on for Christmas stuff? Roxanne, what size box would you use to ship this wreath? I would do a 24 by 8. So we start, once we put the wreath together, you'll see that it'll measure a 24-inch wreath. Are you tying the third row into the bottom ties? Yeah, I'm using the outer ring. I'm using the outer ring to attach them. If you don't have an established Etsy shop, where would you suggest putting your wreaths? For me, I would check around your local area if you don't want to do online. And sometimes you can find places that do consignment. You can, check some florist shops in your area. Sometimes they're looking, to fill up their shop for the holidays, and if they, it would save them some time and effort if you were doing that for them, giving them some of your stuff on consignment. What other places are there? I would just check it, like small boutiques where you find wreaths would be a good addition to their own items. So anything that's selling home decor would be a good addition. Just check with them. Sometimes they'll do consignment, and they'll probably take a commission of about 20% when they sell it. So, which is typically the normal. And it's a good way to get your name out there. Just making our way around the last little bit. Are the wreath kits comparable to purchasing the items separately? Danielle, I don't know actually that answer, because I don't price them, and I didn't even do that. I didn't look at that, so I don't know. I just saw the kit, easy, convenient, purchased, shipped. It was fast. We all like that fast checkout, don't we? Becca's making Halloween. It's hard to get into this fall and Christmas and Halloween making mood when it's really hot outside. Last year I was making, not last year, the year before, I used to have y'all, if y'all don't know me and you're just following me, I do this wreath making out of my 2-car garage. I've converted it into a workshop. In our old house, we didn't have air or heating, and so I was always just sweating, having glitter stick to me everywhere. Now, thankfully, I invested in a little mini split that has all of that air and heat. All right, so you can see that we've gone around our ring with our 10.5-inch mesh, making 10-inch loops, poofing, and we went twice on the outer ring and one on the inner ring. And now what we're going to do is add our ribbon streamers. Let's see where I can put this. I've already pre-cut them to 14 inches, and this also comes in the kit. All right, so I'm just going to fold them in half and pinch, and I am going to untwist the twist ties and lay them in. Sometimes I don't, but this time I am. I like my loops to just go over my ribbons to go over the mesh loops a little bit. So this is a very inexpensive wreath idea, and if you ask me, because you're not putting in so much ribbon. They may be a tad too long. I made a Decomesh wreath last night, but prefer poly burlap. Yeah, I don't know the difference between that. I made a Decomesh wreath. Okay, are you attaching the third layer to the outside? The outer, the outer ring. We are all in the 60s today. Oh, that's nice. How much does the kit cost? I have it linked right there. It's pinned. I believe it was in the 45 range. $85 in Alabama. That's about what it is here, I think. I do like this plaid, for fall especially. I like mixing the prints and the patterns together. You can see that these both have exactly the same colors in them, and it's okay that they're different prints. These ribbon tails are 14 inches. Let's see the kit. It's $45. Now I'm pretty sure they have, you can get free shipping if you add something else. I don't know. Don't work for Trinity Tree. I'm just telling you, I'm just sharing a source. I don't know all about their shipping or anything, but typically most places, if you add on to your order, they'll give free shipping. Wow, Tina, that's a big difference in temperature. Oh, well, thanks, Danella. Danella is just doing all the research for me. Free shipping at $129 on the Trinity Tree website. Lisa says, wreath kits cost too much. All right, well, not for everyone. Everybody's just got a different, comfort level for what they want to spend. So you don't have to, just giving you options. You can always learn from the tutorials. But you do get what you pay for. So I do like the quality wired ribbon that you can't buy in a craft store, the quality mesh you can't find in a craft store. So, but to each his own, whatever floats your boat. Montana is beautiful. So that's where we went on our honeymoon, my husband and I. We went to a dude ranch. And for this, I can't remember the name of it. Something Creek Ranch in Montana. It was so nice. I've never been there before, and we flew in the middle of the night and then went straight to the hotel. You know, it was pitch black. We woke up the next morning and opened up the windows, and oh my gosh, the scenery of the mountains all around us. It was just like breathtaking. Definitely God's country for sure. Okay, so you can see that this is really turning out to be really cute. If you, at any stage of making your wreath, you can decide to stop, meaning that a wreath, for no matter which style you're making, is a layering process. And at any layer, you can decide, I'm done, you know. It doesn't have to be as elaborate as we do here on our channel. It can be anything that you want it to be. I think you just get inspired with making and creating and crafting, making your home pretty, warm, and inviting. For me, I don't do it for other people. I do it for me. It just sits well with my soul to have a home that I feel very, you know, comfortable in and pretty. So that's why I even got started making in the first place. I wanted things I couldn't afford, so I started making them myself. And then my neighbors were like, you should sell on Etsy. And I was like, oh, what's that? That's how I got started. So you can see how vibrant this is. Just adding that ribbon really does add another layer of texture and color. So the next thing on this process, what we're going to do is we're going to add our sign. So this is also in the kit, and I was going to add it in the center. Did y'all see my ranting over the scammers out there, people scamming other wreaths? They're stealing images and trying to sell like $200 wreaths for $30. I was talking about that on my Instagram, and it's just, or my stories, I should say, and just want everybody to be aware that, you know, if it looks too good to be true, it is. And I'm not talking about just wreaths. Some people are a little, you know, less tech savvy, and they see somebody comment, or they send you a direct message, or they send you a link, and you're not paying attention, and maybe you click it. Just be very, very vigilant, you guys. This holiday season, it's going to probably be worse than we've ever seen before with people scamming and taking advantage. It's very hard to know which, you know, what to click on. You just don't want to click something and then all of a sudden you're being taken advantage of. Just remember, if you have a Facebook business page or a Facebook account, which I know some of you are watching on Facebook, Facebook will never contact you through an email, or they'll never call you. So a lot of times people get scammed because they think that it looks legit. It's from Facebook, or it's from Etsy, or wherever, your bank even. They're pretty good at scamming. But yeah, I've had my images stolen with my wreaths and my face, and it's very frustrating. I don't really care so much about me, but it's frustrating when you know, people contact me wanting to know where their wreath is. Like, when did I ship their wreath? And they hadn't gotten it yet. And I'm like, I don't have your order. And come to find out, they were the victim of a scam. And they thought it was me because it was my image. It's just nothing I can do about it. You can't really report it to Facebook because, I mean, I've tried that. Facebook doesn't, they don't do anything about it. They just tell us to stop following their pages. If you don't like it, stop following it. As a business owner, I know how Facebook ads work. So every time I see them, I just click on the ad because I know they have to pay money every time there's a click. Hey, Texas in the house. Yeah, they're all over the place. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. I've seen them on YouTube. I've seen them on TikTok. I feel like they're just everywhere. And they create new accounts like in the blink of an eye. It's almost like they just copy and paste. I've seen them all different website names, various different website names, but if you go to all of the different websites, they're exactly the same. So they just copy and paste the website and take your money. Now, some people are getting something that they've ordered, but it's not a wreath. It's like a plastic figurine, or some people are getting a pillow, and definitely nothing what they think. All right, so we're just attaching our sign with, oh, I didn't pay attention. Let's get that out. We're just attaching it. I'm attaching it with wire ribbon. I'm sorry, with wire, florist wire. You can use a pipe cleaner if you want. I think florist wire just feeds a lot easier for me, and I'm all about that easy, quick and fast. Pamela says Facebook doesn't do anything because they want the money. I have no idea. I'm going to be polite. How about that? But I do know I have reported twice, and all they tell me to do is unfollow the page. Thanks, Wanda, for joining me. Okay, so y'all, I'm trying to see all of the questions that came over. We're using wire to attach the sign in the center. It doesn't come with holes, which I prefer my signs not to have holes. That way I can decide, do I want it to, where I want to place the sign on the wreath. So I don't like holes anyway. So I made my holes. All right, I'm just cutting off the wire. Don't worry about your ribbon. I try not to worry. You're going to want to fluff and fluff and fluff and fluff because they always get mashed. All right, so we have our sign in, and it's very sturdy. So that's pretty, huh? Very, very fun. All right, now the next thing I want to do is put it up on our easel so that I can see it a little bit better. Let me get my cord out of the way. If you were going to sell this, pricing is a personal preference, in my opinion. You can decide what you want to price it at. You definitely want to get paid for your time, as well as the, the supplies. Let me see if I can remember where I want this. Oh, I should have moved to that little stem. Oh well. So whether it be, I guess 2.5 times the cost, if I were buying, I mean, you could do, some people do 3. It's just up to you. You have to decide what is good for you. You know, every business has different expenses, and that all needs to be factored in. So whether it's, you know, paying for some shipping, or if it's paying for a VA to help you with social media or website that you need to maintain, you have to always get paid for all of the expenses for running your business. All right, I think I'm going to pull some of these little mesh loops out right here. Okay, so let me just tighten up on the back side because I pulled the loops out. You know, the loops made it a little tighter than it was. There we go. I think that's good. Try not to twist it too much. Oh, goodness. The alarm went off. All right, there we go. So all I did was tighten up the wreath, and I did pull these little mesh pieces out, the little loops underneath the sign. Let's add this up here. Oh, this is so pretty. Again, you could stop right here if you wanted. All right, we got that up there. Make sure you can see all the things. I'm going to work with that greenery bundle that I've already divided and fluffed. So I've already divided it and fluffed it, and I pushed all the stems to the top. Well, some are coming off. I pulled too hard. All right, let me get this attached back on. All right, if they come off, don't worry, we can add them back, because I got this too I've got to put back on. All right, what we're going to do is just go through and add these around. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we've got 9. We're going to be doing inner. We're going to be working around the outer ring, I should say. And we're going to be doing every other tie, twist tie. All right. Fluffing our ribbon. I told you we'd be keep fluff. I don't know, I can't help it. I got to keep fluffing. Anybody else like that? Just need to know where the holes are so I know where to add. This would be pretty with some teal colored flowers if you had those. All right, let's start, and I'm going to just roll the needle tie around and make a little hole, and that's where I'm going to glue my piece. So it has a lot of texture on this one greenery. So if you're in the Wreath of the Month Club group, you know that I like to use multiple greenery for texture. And so this has it all on one bush. Okay, just working our way around the outer ring. Hello from Taylorsville, North Carolina. Yeah, I do love the blue mixed with the brown and the orange. It's very vibrant. There's also a little orange in this greenery bush, so it ties in really well. What am I gluing the greenery to? I'm gluing them to the ties, the needle ties. All right, so this is one here, skip. We're going to come over here. All right, so we've gone all the way around the outer ring, and we've got about 4 more pieces left. So I'm just going to mix these in. Okay, so let's do one here. So now we're going to work on our inner ring a little bit. Made a little circle and hot glue the stem into that circle. So we've got one there. Let's see, one here. One here. Let's do one here. My little puppy dog came in. He's over there making his bed. You know how he likes to dig. They like to dig and get all comfortable. That's what he's doing over there. So we got one here. We've got one here. I'm going to go ahead and add, I think this one right here. If you want to add bows, you could add bows. I don't think I have enough room. My sign's pretty wide. All right, so we're just going to add that right here. Just going to shape all these little pieces so that they lay somewhat flat. Let's get that down there a little bit. Again, everything's going to be fluffing again. I do have one more piece that I can divide and add in a little bit. All right, so here is this piece. So this comes in the kit as well. And it's a lot of little stems. So what we're going to do is just pull these apart. Here's one section, 2 section, and then we've got 3 and 4. Since these are a little smaller, do I want to keep these on the inside? I like that you can move all these little pieces around. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, I'm just going to start adding these around the outside, and we may even divide them a little bit more. Don't be afraid to divide once you already have it on the wreath too. You can always cut and move things. Let's do one here, and then we're going to go down here maybe. Thanks for joining. If you have to go ahead and go. The orange berries are really pretty. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to put this one over here on this side. Don't quite have enough to go all the way around evenly. So we make do. Hello, pumpkin. Hey there, pumpkin. Who's got the pumpkin pie spice candles out? I've been burning those for a couple of weeks now. I'm going to go over here on this side, I think. Let's do one down here. Why did Facebook change their... I can't see the comments anymore. They just disappear. Are there any discount codes for Trendy Tree? I do not know that answer. All right, so we've gone all the way around. I've got one more of these. I'm just going to divide this. We've got one pumpkin. Let's just add this one right here. So it'll just sort of do a little drape right in front of the sign. It's very, narrow, so you can still read the sign. And we've got this little piece that we can add right here. All right, and then I still have this one that I'm going to go ahead and pull apart. Just divide it out. Oh, Carolyn, you're only 15 minutes away? Well, lucky you. All right, so you're just gonna take these little pieces and divide them out. Let's do some over here. And then some people ask me if we trim the needle ties. I always use needle ties that match, so I don't necessarily trim them. I like the look of them, but if you don't like that look, you can always trim it back. I'll just put some tape right there to tape that off so you can see the sign. Okay, so this is what was in the kit. So I've gone through and added everything that was in the kit. This is sort of the finished wreath if you were just going to go with the kit. Now I am going to add a little bit more my own stuff to it. I thought these leaves really did bring out a lot of the orange as well as some of the brown. So I'm going to pop some of these off and work these in. Isn't that fun? Just look at these, the coloring. Very cool color. One, two, three. Okay. You know, we've got more, if you're liking the Decomesh tutorials that we do, we've got more on our website at southerncharmrees.com. All right, so we've got two, let's do some down here. I know someone's probably thinking, well, now you can't see the mesh. Whether you want to see the mesh or not is up to you. It's a personal preference. For me, the mesh is your base. So you can cover up as much or as little as you want, just like a grapevine wreath. See, we've got one. Let's go over on this side. Let's do one down here. I like that because it really does tie in with the pumpkin. It's got a lot of texture, a lot of movement. So when the door or the wind starts, moving, the wind starts blowing, these are going to start moving on your door, and it'll just bring your door to life. Having that little bit of movement. Just going to reposition some of these ribbon pieces. They're a little, flattened out. like it. Lots of texture. Hey there, pumpkin. Just a fun Decomesh wreath idea. You can put metal picks on if you want. I did just to make it quicker, but you don't have to. You can just hot glue them into the needle ties. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Hey, Maura. How are you and your family? Haven't talked in a while. Let's see, I don't think did I miss anybody's questions? You guys, thanks so much for joining me tonight. It's night here almost. I gotta start cooking dinner for the family. But it turned out really fun. Just a really good fall wreath. And again, I got the base kit except for these leaves from, the whole thing was just in a Trendy Tree kit that I purchased from Trendy Tree. The link is right here on YouTube and on Facebook. Y'all, I hope I inspired you to try something new today. Don't be afraid. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know where to start. Just don't be afraid. Just start. Just start. At any point you can stop. There's nothing you can't fix without, with wire and glue. So if you don't like it, just pull it out and put it to the side. Always, step back in the room and look at it so you can get an overall look, but you don't know if you've got it until you start, right? Confidence only comes from doing. So it's not something we're born with. We're also, if we're born with a talent, it's not like we knew how to do this coming out of the womb. It is something that you've got to practice and get skilled on, okay? So it's not something that happens overnight. So don't be afraid to start and then keep practicing, keep practicing. Hey, thanks, Amy. Thanks, Penny. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. And then I hope y'all have a blessed afternoon. You're a blessing to me. I try to be a blessing to you as well, inspiring you in the art of wreath making. Bye-bye.